Well, ladies and gentlemen, Cedar Point has been teasing what they are doing for next year, and I don't think anyone ever expected something like this. But now that I see it, I kind of get it. It is Siren's Curse at Cedar Point for 2025. This will be America's first tilt coaster. Yes, I'm saying that. Tilt coaster. If you see in the pictures, the track will stop and tilt and connect to another piece of track that will send you into a bunch of inversions and high speeds. The stats of this are: it is a height of 160 feet, speeds of 58 miles per hour, and the duration of this ride will be 2 minutes. Great addition for Cedar Point. I do think because they had to make up for losing Wicked Twister, which they had to close down a couple years ago. That had reached its lifespan, I believe. So I can agree with this having to be made up, from losing Wicked Twister. I know there are a lot of complaints with some people, not roller coaster enthusiasts, well, some maybe, but the general public, saying, all you're doing is roller coasters, you need more other stuff. But they are quite limited. They're on an island, so it's difficult for them to maybe do. Well, it's not difficult for them to do it. It's just they are landlocked on an island. Mind you, the island is massive, but they have to work within the island. So this is not a bad addition. This is actually very nice. And I'm going to tell you why, because as you know, as everybody knows, that Six Flags is now owned a part of the Cedar Fair company. Cedar Fair and Six Flags are now merged together. So seeing something like this does not surprise me. As you know, Six Flags is always known for getting the most unique and first of its kind, absolutely outrageous different, roller coasters that they have purchased over the years. So seeing something like this is actually really, really interesting for Cedar Point, as far as Six Flags helping out with this. Now, from what I understand, Six Flags does not have the majority of shares, but they do have I think the rings over the rides and the attractions and stuff like that. However, the final decision with that has to go through Cedar Fair, as Cedar Fair owns the majority of shares. But seeing something like this for Cedar Point I honestly think is really, really good. Fantastic, really, very unique, and I think it will definitely bring people back to Cedar Point, in lieu of losing Top Thrill 2 this year. This ride has been done by Vekoma, I believe it's Vekoma. I want to say it's a Vekoma. So if Vekoma is doing this, they have been pretty reliable. I think Vekoma as a company is very reliable. I like the restraints. I think the restraints they're vest restraints, so they should be pretty comfortable. So that's a good thing. As I said, first tilt coaster I've always wanted to ride one of these. These are actually very, very unique, but you can only really find them in Europe. I think there are only not even a handful of these things anywhere else. Looks like a great addition. 160 feet, and when it drops, it doesn't just drop, it curves into your inversions. So that's going to be actually interesting. I think, pull some decent G-forces. So altogether, this new ride, Siren's Curse, I think will be a great addition to Cedar Point, and hopefully bring back some people, if not a lot of people, in lieu of losing Top Thrill 2 this year. And hopefully they will get Top Thrill 2 figured out and running again for next year. Should they be able to do that, then they're going to have two great coasters on their hands now for the public and the enthusiasts to ride. So hopefully 2025 will bring back some good crowds and everything will go smoothly from there in 2025.